tools in our hands.
Yeah.
114. 114 there. Let's go like you mean it! One air week. One air week. Doing 50. One air week and that's 50 push-ups. Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. That's 1 minute.
Our hands up, tools in our hands.
Go. 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 114. 114 there. one air leak. One air leak. Doing 50. One air leak and that's 60 pushing.
45 on the inside.
Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. That's 1 minute.
Keep our heads up, tools in our hands.
Get him.
Yeah.
114. 114 there. a second run. Let's go like you mean it. One air leak. One air leak. Going 50. One air leak and that's it. Keep pushing.
45 on your inside.
Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. That's 1 minute.
So heads up, tools in our hands.
Damn.
114. 114 there.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get this underway. Please take your seats. Good morning. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the San Jose Fire Department Recruit Academy Class 2001. My name is Brett Gervasoni. I'm the Training Division Manager and Battalion Chief, and I'll be serving as the Master of Ceremonies for this graduation. I must inform you, as we all just saw, we have trains that will periodically go by. When you hear a moment of silence, we are letting the trains pass for those that are viewing online through the online streaming, and those that are in audience today, please understand that we will pause and there will be a momentary gap in our ceremony to allow the trains and the noise to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the San Jose Fire Department Honor Guard. Firefighter halfbacker, bringing forward the recruits. We are now going to repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. Recruits, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Platoon, attention! Present arms! To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms!
Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
I would now like to invite Dr. Janet Childs to come forward for our invocation. Dr. Childs is the Director of Education and Critical Incident Stress Response at the Center for Living and Dying. She's a friend of our department and has been serving our family with counseling and support for many years. Dr. Childs.
Thank you, Chief. It is indeed an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you as I look out upon this Recruit Academy, realizing what you have gone through in the advent of COVID-19 and other critical incidents that have made our city a very difficult place to be. I am just amazed. And I just have to thank your training cadre, all of the people that have made this possible for today, and know that even though we're not able to do it as we were wanting to do it, I'm just noticing that some of your family members are on the bridge, and that just speaks to me of the fact that you can never, ever be taken away from each other as a fire family, and you can never, ever be taken away from the power of the commitment that you have made today. You know, I have had the privilege of beginning our team with San Jose Fire Department. Actually, the Bay Area team started with San Jose Fire. And I can remember back in those days, and it was almost 40 years ago. So I just want you to know I started at the age of 3. I have to let you know that we never anticipated what we would be dealing with over the last 40 years. And the way that you have stood up, the way that you have supported each other, the way that you have adjusted with courageous support, you are amazing. You are my personal heroes today, and I want to thank each and every one of you for making that commitment. I want you to know that you make a powerful difference in your community. I just heard yesterday from one of our clients at the Center for Living with Dying about how a San Jose fire captain helped her out when she was dealing with the death of her mother. And she said, he was just wonderful. He was just exactly what I needed at that time. And she said, actually, when other people came in, she said they were kind of irritating because they were not as compassionate as he was. And I want to share this with you because as we see our wonderful mayor, who has just done incredible work for us, I want to thank you personally, Mayor Lagarto, for what you have done for our city, keeping us safe, keeping us well. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy. And I want to lift you up also your families that are at the foundation of who you are and the foundation of what you are going to do. Those family members are also my heroes. And as I look upon the family members that are here and the family members that are looking via Zoom, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making it possible for this to happen. So we have a tradition on our Bay Area CISM team, and it's very connected to the San Jose Fire Department. And we're going to ask, one of our firefighters many years ago came into one of our team meetings with a candle. And he said, I'm lighting this candle for the child I couldn't save. I'm lighting this candle for my coworker who got hurt. And I'm lighting this candle for me because I don't know what to do with the stress about it. And so it kind of became a tradition of lighting the candle. And I would like to ask, if I could, Chief Sapillon, to light our candle as a symbol of the light that you are for the community, as the light you are for each other, and as the light you are for our world. Because truly, that's what you are bringing forth, is healing for the world. And before my brother died, he taught me how to make the little origami crane. So that's something that I made especially for you. And of course, it's red for fire, right? Gotta have a red candle. Thank you, Chief. And I just want you to know that the candle, if it blows out, we will virtually see it lit in our hearts because we are outside, we don't know. So come to me in prayer. Beloved Creator, I ask that you hold these firefighters that are adventuring on to their new quest in this incredibly important job in our community. May they keep each other safe. May they keep our community safe. May they, with their presence, make the difference in major critical incidents and in small interactions. Let them know that they are a gift to our community. Fill them with the strength and the courage and the support that they need. And dear God, let their families know that we are holding them as well in the comforting arm of your presence, Creator. Allow that energy of love, support, strength, courage, and hope to fill this department, to fill these new recruits as they journey into being firefighters. And for our entire community, may we be together, united, supportive, encouraging, and filled with your love and presence. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Childs. Before we go any further, I'd like to acknowledge some very special guests that are with us today that took the time to show their respects and their appreciation for the accomplishments that you have put forward and you have achieved. City Manager David Sykes. Mayor Sam Liccardo. Fire Chief Robert Sapien. Administrative Services Deputy Director Ryan Doolin. Fire Prevention Deputy Chief Hector Estrada. Support Services Deputy Chief Aaron Freiler. Our Comms Division Manager Michael Wadnick. And our Department Medical Director, Dr. Gautreau. From Local 230, thank you for showing up. Matthew Tuttle, Darren Wallace, Jeff Fielding, and Frank Ryan. Thank you. Class 2001, wow. That's how I'm going to start this, is wow. The things that you have accomplished have never been done before. You have got dealt a hand coming into this academy that we have never seen in this world before. And you all succeeded. I'm going to briefly talk about what you dealt with. And these are just the highlights. A worldwide pandemic. Our state and our county were shutting down. And you guys were just starting. That's the attitude that we're going to need going forward. Truly amazing. We had a brand new curriculum that we had to tackle, that your staff put into place. We had a new staffing model and new format to meet that challenge of the curriculum. There was 4 big items that you guys got dealt at the very beginning of this academy, and you took it head on. And what got us through with that is the teamwork. You bonded as a team, as an academy class, you bonded with our training staff, and we bonded together. The teamwork, the foundation, the only thing that allowed us to achieve success in our Recruit Academy process during this unprecedented time. This has never been done before. You've accomplished something. Mentally and physically, we have never accomplished what we did. We didn't have one person come down with a cold in this academy. It speaks volumes to what you did both mentally and physically to prepare yourselves and to continue to gain success and to achieve what you have today. I'm quickly going to break down the word team. Team, the trust. You learned to trust yourself, your classmates, and most importantly, your staff throughout this process. E was for effort. You learned that you could push yourself further than what you thought possible without failure, and look for opportunities to give nothing less than what we had expected from you, even though at times it seemed like you didn't know you had that in yourself. Your attitude, you stayed focused, disciplined, and dedicated to taking care of yourself both mentally and physically. We challenged you, we made you uncomfortable, and you met those challenges without hesitation, even when you were uncomfortable. And M is for meaningful and motivated. You were meaningful with your actions and motivated to take challenges head on and turn those learning moments into successes. I'm very proud of you, but this is the first step. That teamwork and that team mentality, those trust, effort, attitude, and meaningful and motivation are going to have to carry yourselves forward. You're going to need to apply those now to your probations and the rest of your career. You've laid a foundation that the line is heard about. You are a well-known class. They expect great things just like my staff and myself do from you. You've achieved success here. Let's go achieve success for our citizens, our fellow employees for the city, and most importantly, your brothers and sisters in the San Jose Fire Department. Congratulations. Now we're going to invite up Fire Chief Robert Sapien to please come forward.
Good morning, recruits, and good morning to all of your families and friends. Some of them are with us up there on the bridge. My name is Robert Sapien. It is my honor to stand before you as the fire chief of this great fire department and this great city. And it is a very special honor to share in this moment in your fire service careers. This is such an important achievement for the San Jose Fire Department. And before I speak directly to you, I would like to acknowledge a few people who helped make it happen. I want to begin by thanking Ryan Doolin and his BAS staff, particularly Laura Black and Linda DeSantiago, who comprise our lean but mighty HR unit in the fire department. Laura and Linda took great care every step of the way in helping us to select those best suited to wear a San Jose Fire Department uniform, and they helped each of you navigate the multi-phase process that got you here today. I want to also thank Chief Freiler and the Bureau of Support Services, including Michelle Kahihikolo and Nick Cochran. They put you in the equipment that you've been using. They ensure that you are supplied with uniforms, personal protective equipment, breathing apparatus, and all the necessary tools that you will need as you enter your service. I want to thank Chief Gervasoni, who you just heard from, and the entire training staff for delivering us prepared recruits today. On Sunday morning, you all will begin walking into the San Jose Fire Department fire stations, capable and prepared to serve our residents, in no small part because of the time and commitment that staff has invested in each and every one of you to get you trained and prepared. I thank you and congratulate you, staff, for this very important contribution to the success of our fire department. I want to also extend my very sincere appreciation to all of the family and friends who have supported these recruits in the pursuit of their goal. From that moment when becoming a firefighter was just an idea that would grow into a dream and a mission, and now a reality. I want to especially thank you today for your leap of faith that we would conduct a fire academy that was safe, knowing of the constant risk of COVID-19 infection. You supported them through the uncertainty and stress that comes when we strive and achieve, the uncertainty of the fire department hiring process, and the stresses of the Firefighter Recruit Academy, the long hours, the physical and mental challenges, the constant scrutiny. In supporting them, you made your own sacrifices, shared in their struggles, helped get them through self-doubt, and you were a vital part of their success. Be proud of yourselves as well today. Finally, I want to thank you, recruits. This academy will, I hope, stand out as unique. In early March, in the days leading up to this academy, this county was confronting the reality that COVID-19 was here. And in fact, in the early days of March, the department learned that one of our own was infected and that many others had been exposed. The go or no-go question for this academy weighed heavily on all of us. But there really was only one option. As I expressed to you on day one, March 23rd, our community needs you. This service, which you are about to enter, is vital. It is indispensable for our community, and it requires people, very special people, to deliver it. Thank you for your hard work and commitment throughout this academy and the work that you have dedicated yourselves to. Now, I want to take a moment to have you look side to side at your fellow recruits. We've heard that you've bonded with them, and that began on March 23rd. It is likely that today is the last time you will all be together in the same place at the same time. It is also my last chance to offer a bit of what I've picked up over the last 3 decades, and I offer it as my humble advice to you as you enter what will be a successful career. Number one, in your selection interviews, you were each asked why you wanted to become a member of the San Jose Fire Department. Don't let the answer you gave in that interview be forgotten. Never forget how you felt when you got into the uniform on the first day of the academy. Refresh that sense of pride and accomplishment, that sense of purpose, and that sense of excitement every time you put on that San Jose Fire blue. Number two, mind your health. Life will bring many challenges and changes, and careers are long. Your physical health. Job demands make you nothing short of a professional athlete. You must also maintain your mental health. Post-traumatic stress is real. You will see and experience events that will challenge your sensibilities. This causes injury and requires healing and the support of others. I am sure that you noticed here in the grinder that just about everything that you were taught had safety protocols and precautions tied to it. In fact, you might say that the academy was more a balance of safety at about a rate of 70% to learning at a rate of 30%. There's a reason for that. Those protocols need to be followed. You need to maintain a healthy skepticism about your safety in everything you do. From this day forward, you are a risk manager. Next, be inquisitive and stay inquisitive. The fire service and this large fire department is a highly complex and diversified service. We work within a large, complex community and city and state structure. Take time to learn why we do things the way we do them. Take time to know how things work, figure out why sometimes they don't work, and apply this discipline throughout your career. The San Jose Fire Department value statement says that we balance tradition with innovation. That balance requires your knowledge and understanding. Next, We are public servants. Whether you wear the badge that you received today, the one that I'm wearing now, or any other that bears the San Jose Fire Department name, your role here is enabled by the citizens of San Jose. It is indeed an honorable and important role, but it is not about you, it is not about me. It is about that service that we provide to our community. If you walk away remembering nothing of these 10 items that I'm sharing with you today, remember this one, because I think it captures them all. Ask the following question. Chief Gervasoni, this train's a little bit early if I'm not mistaken.
I'll get on it, Chief.
Again, ask the following question in every situation. How can I help? Here's a bonus. Make your boss look good. Every day that you come to work, you will report directly to a boss. Early on, that will be a fire captain, but later, perhaps a battalion chief, a deputy chief, a fire chief, maybe even a city manager. Embrace accountability. Support your boss. Stay aligned with the department mission. You are part of something bigger than yourself. 7, provide excellent customer service in the tradition of the San Jose Fire Department. Think about those people at home watching right now. Always deliver the level of customer service that you want your loved ones to receive. Whether it's 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., you were called because someone needs your help. 8, take care of this fire department. You have decades more of your future invested in this department than I do. Own it, nurture it, ensure that it continues to serve our community at the highest levels that the fire service has to offer. 9, today marks the beginning of your fire service career. Travel your career journey, whatever that might be. You don't have to reach any particular rank or promote ever at all. You just want to be able to look back on your career as your successful journey. But always continue to grow in that journey. Set personal goals and strive to achieve them. Finally, and I know it's getting warm, so I'm sure that's a good word to hear. Have fun. Once you enter the firehouse, time flies. Keep a positive attitude. Attitude really is everything. Surround yourself with positive relationships and maintain the generous spirit that guided you to the fire service. Cherish every step in your journey. My sincerest congratulations to all of you. Thank you. Next, it is my honor again to invite our mayor, Sam Liccardo, who has taken time out of his very busy schedule. The city is under shelter in residence orders, but the mayor I have seen everywhere in the city since the beginning of March. So thank you, Mayor, for being here very much.
Well, good morning. And good morning to the good folks on the bridge. Thank you. And to all the families and friends who are watching on television, and I suspect we've got a few on the bridge. First, I'd just like to ask you, all the graduates, our firefighters, if you could please give your family and friends a round of applause for the support that they've given you. You know, it's standing room only here, and obviously, because of our restrictions in being able to gather. I have never seen standing room only, though, with people on a bridge, even when Beyonce was showing down the street here. This is pretty impressive. You guys are pretty special. You ladies and men are pretty special, and you deserve it. And I know that my entire city council wanted to be here as well, but obviously because of the constraints, they couldn't. But of course, our city manager is here, and I am here on their behalf to really offer 2 words to you. First, congratulations, and second, thank you. I guess that's 3 words. I went to law school to avoid math, but essentially 2 messages. Congratulations and thank you. So first, let me start with congratulations to our 20 graduates. You are now part of a special family. You're part of a special tradition called the San Jose Fire Department. And it's an extraordinary tradition. And exceptional human beings have been a part of this tradition. And we know that because I could probably, off the top of my head, name a half dozen folks from San Jose Fire who have gone on to become chiefs in other departments. Now, we hope you'll become chief here, but nonetheless, it says something about the fact that all the other cities in this state understand where the best and brightest are. They're right here in San Jose, and you are now among them. And you are joining a fire department that is clearly on the rise. It's on the rise because of the exceptional leadership of Chief Robert Sipien and his team. And really, I mean, I think the brass has really been built around him, has really all evolved since he has been chief. There's been an enormous amount of transformation that has happened since his tenure here. And I just got to give it to the entire San Jose Fire Department, Local 230, all of those who have been instrumental in the rebuilding of this department. What we have seen, just transformational improvements. We measure some of those with hard metrics like response time to emergency medical events. We measure them in lots of different ways, but I can see it in the spirit of so many women and men that I encounter or at the stations or out in the community, that there is a very strong, renewed sense of pride in this department. And I am so grateful to your leadership, Chief Sipien, and to all the women and men who have really labored through very challenging times over the last decade. And thanks to Dave Sykes for his leadership as well. It was Mark Twain who said the 2 most important days of your life are the day that you're born and the day that you understand why. And Chief Sipien put it well when he described the first day when you described why you wanted to become a San Jose firefighter. You have understood why you were born. And obviously there's much more to each one of us, our families, our communities, but of course your work is so deeply part of you and will be a part of your life. And we know your families make extraordinary sacrifices as a result of your calling. Because it is a calling, it's not a job, it's a calling. So I want to say congratulations to you because you have found your calling. And that is far more than what many can say. That you have found your calling and it is extraordinary. My second message, of course, was thank you. Thank you because as it has always been with this fire department, that you will be there for the members of our community on the worst days of their lives, when they are most in need, most in peril, most in stress. They will lose their loved ones. They'll face moments they never imagined facing, and you will be there for them. And you have chosen to be there for them, not by accident, by choice. And as if that hasn't been enough, you now have all the extraordinary new perils that are thrust upon you and are thrust upon this community. A pandemic, of course, a widening gap in this valley and certainly throughout the country. Those who struggle without and particularly here in this valley, are growing homelessness. And we know that creates an enormous amount of demand for fire response, for everything from emergency medical response to fires that may be started as a result of folks who are simply trying to put together fires to cook their food. And of course, overcrowded housing, which puts, again, more strain, because we know there are more fires with overextended electrical systems in older apartment buildings. All the things that you're going to have to deal with because of the widening gap between rich and poor. And on top of that, we have climate change. You're responding to more wildfires than any class before you, even in an urban setting like our own. We have an aging population, a silver tsunami that is increasingly demanding more and more medical service. And all of these things are tremendous changes in our community, our society, our globe, and you didn't create any of them. But you chose to step up, to respond. You rose to the moment to address the most perilous, most immediate, most urgent realities that result from each of these great challenges that we face. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of the 1 million residents of our city for your willingness to step up, your willingness to heed the call to do exactly what you are called to be today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Liccardo. You've received some very valuable feedback, inspirational speeches, and some expectations that a lot of people have for you, okay? Take what they are speaking to you about and apply it to your careers. I'm now going to introduce our staff, and I'm going to start off with one of them, and that is Captain Deal. Captain Deal will then come up and talk about the rest of the staff. Captain Deal came to us with 26 years of fire service experience, and after running 4 academies. This is the first time in a long time this organization actually had to have interviews to have staff members come down and teach in an academy setting. We were in unprecedented times as far as experience, level of dedication, and the willingness to sacrifice schedule and families to come down and teach you. You got the best of the best here. They put everything they had into you, and you've returned that with the success that you have achieved. Captain Deal was our EMS coordinator. He took on a challenge of a new curriculum, but also did it with having to develop a new EMS curriculum. He had to do it for paramedics as well as EMTs. It wasn't an easy process. There was learning curves and challenges along the way. But like you, Captain Deal stepped up to the challenge and produced a product that our citizens are going to be the beneficiaries of. Because now medically, which is the majority of our calls, you are going to go out and perform to a standard that he taught you. And we expect that. And we expect the good feedback from that. We were here for you as family members, and Captain Deal is your leader, so to speak. Captain Deal, thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words, Chief. Well, good morning. My name is Scott Deal, and I'm one of 3 fire captains assigned to the Recruit Class 2001 Academy staff. When I considered applying for this position, I had a meeting with Chief Gervasoni, and Chief Gervasoni laid out the expectation that he wanted the best recruit class that the San Jose Fire Department had ever seen. And that was music to my ears. I knew at that point I was all in. Before I go into introducing our instructors, our academy staff, I'd like for us to think about a concept. And that concept is stars aligning. A perfect blend where you bring a group of people together and you get this energy and it's contagious and you fire on all cylinders and you exceed what those expectations are. If we were to liken this to a wildland event, this is what we would call alignment. And that's what this academy staff was. It was perfect alignment. We had high temperatures, low humidity, wind, topography. We had a red flag situation with this staff when we came together. I'm very proud to have been a part of this cadre and this staff. At this point, I'd like to acknowledge Chief Gervasoni. Chief Gervasoni, thank you. Thank you for your guidance, your leadership. Thank you for giving us clear goals that challenged us, but were also attainable. Chief, you challenged us to think outside the box. You armed us with your support, encouragement, and most importantly, Chief, trust. As it was mentioned earlier, I've had the privilege to be a part of 4 training academies. And I've said this to you before, Chief, and I'll say it publicly here. Never before have I felt more supported and trusted and encouraged to think outside the box to fulfill the mission that you put us on. Thank you, Chief. Next, I'd like to introduce our Academy Coordinator, Captain Tyler Matcham. Captain Matcham comes to us with 26 years experience in the fire service. 19 of those years were with the San Jose Fire Department. This was Captain Matcham's second recruit class academy. Captain Matcham worked tirelessly behind the scenes. He didn't have the most glamorous job. He had a lot of the administrative stuff. He did so much work behind the scenes that made this academy possible. From meeting all the standards that are set forth out of the Firefighter 1 requirements set forth before us for the state, to setting up state testing, evaluations of the recruits on their progress, and many, many other tireless tasks, Captain Matcham was in his element, and he possesses the skills to really pull off an amazing academy. Captain Matcham, it's been an honor and a pleasure to work alongside you. I appreciate your hard work, your dedication, and your friendship. Thank you. Earlier in my career, I had the opportunity to work with one of our senior fire captains in this fire department, and I count that time as probably some of the most memorable times in my career. I learned very much. I enjoyed my time with this individual, and I never knew that down the line I'd have the opportunity to work hand in hand, side by side with his son. Captain Demers, your dad would be proud of you, as am I. Please stand up. Captain Demers comes to the San Jose Fire Department with over 17 years experience, 13 years with the San Jose Fire Department. Captain Demers, like myself, heard the message, and we understood what was meant by what the leader's intent was laid for us by Chief Gervasoni. Wait for this train to go by. So as I was saying, Chief Gervasoni laid out a mission that he wanted us to create the best fire academy that the San Jose Fire Department had ever seen. This just doesn't happen by repeating the same things over and over and expecting a different result. What I saw from this man was someone who had the ability to think outside the box, to press the limit, to challenge you, and to create new and amazing ways to train you to be working firefighters as we were directed by Chief Sapien to create. Captain Demers, it was an honor and a pleasure and truly amazing to watch you transform this drill ground into the best learning environment that has ever been created on these training grounds. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to work alongside you. Great job, my friend. Earlier in my career, in my times working at Station 18, I had the opportunity and the privilege to work alongside an individual who you will be getting to hear from here shortly and get to know. This man has inspired me and encouraged me to be a better person, to also think outside the box. He inspires me, he encourages me, he reminds me why we do this job each and every day. His passion, his dedication, and his commitment are absolutely contagious. When I was considering coming down to the academy, I came down to the trailer and it came to my attention that Captain Lee had an injury that had put him on modified duty. And he mentioned that he was going to be part of the 2001 Academy. At that point, I had made a decision in my mind without consulting my wife that I wanted to do this. And so I ran it by her, and she gave me the green light. And so we started talking, and we started thinking about what this academy would look like and what it would be like. And that's kind of where it began. Long story short, I was able to be selected for this academy, and the journey began. Captain Lee, you are a leader in this department. You bring 23 years of experience, passion, and it's contagious. It's an honor and a pleasure to work alongside you. I consider you a true friend and a blessing to have in my life. You encourage me every day, and you pick me up and you encourage me to be a better person. You mean so much to these recruits, and I want to thank you personally for this journey, as this will probably be one of the bookends on the end of my career. I'm glad we did this. Thanks for letting me be first in, my brother. Another individual I'd like to mention who couldn't be with us today is Fire Engineer Paul Gonzalez. Engineer Gonzalez's father taught me fire science at Mission College. It was another component to add to the alignment of this academy. Engineer Gonzalez has over 30 years experience. He's on the USAR, and we use him as our subject matter expert. He's a wealth of knowledge, and to the recruits and everyone, he wanted me to extend his congratulations. He wishes he could be here today, but he's very proud of what you've accomplished. And to hear Engineer Gonzalez speak kind words, he's a man of few words, but I've never heard him speak so fondly and give so much praise to an academy class, more so than this one. He's done 9 academies with the South Bay Academy, and now this one, and this is the best. So thank you, Paul. So given the trying times with the pandemic, this academy was up against some different constraints. And so we came together as an academy staff. We presented an idea to Chief Gervasoni, which he supported. And what this did is this allowed us to go outside our normal model. And what we did is we brought down 2 members of this department that we felt would be invaluable to these recruits, and I want to mention them. They're here today. They served with us for a month. So they came off the line working in the firehouse to take on a 40-hour assignment at a moment's notice. I believe it speaks volume about their commitment and their passion to this department and this organization, and they deserve to absolutely be recognized. Those members are Pierre DeLay. Where are you, Pierre? There he is. Engineer DeLay has 10 years experience with the San Jose Fire Department. He is truly one of the best. He knows how to inspire and how to motivate. Job well done, my friend. Thank you. Pleasure working alongside you. Our next member is Fire Engineer Kong Tong. Go ahead and stand, my friend. Kong Tong brings 14 years of experience with the San Jose Fire Department. He worked several years alongside me, probably more years than the Explorer post than I was there, but for at least 7 years he worked alongside me faithfully. He is dedicated and passionate to the training and teaching of firefighters. I consider him one of my closest friends and trusted members of this department. You're an example and a role model, and you encourage so many young firefighters to achieve their dream and their goal. Thank you, Kong, for who you are, what you do for this department, for your dedication, for your service. Thank you, my brother. Next, I'd like to acknowledge our training specialist, Scott Boucher. He's standing right behind us right here. Wave for us, Scotty. Scott Boucher has been with us since 2001. There goes engine 30. All right, it's for you guys. Scott comes to us from the private sector. And even though his title is a civilian, I'm here to tell you, he gets us, and he is one of us. This man works tirelessly behind the scenes. Given the pandemic, he had to come in late nights after we had left so he wouldn't expose himself. He has elderly parents, and he didn't want to get them sick. He came in on weekends, but he adjusted his schedule to be here for this academy. This man is committed and passionate and dedicated to the fire service. Scotty Boucher, we appreciate all your hard work, and we love you, my brother. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to acknowledge Nick Cochran. Nick is also standing in the back by the Red Dragon. Nick, go ahead and raise your hand. Nick, too, faithfully served these recruits. He is our air room technician. He's responsible to make sure that the recruits' SCBAs and their respiratory protection is in good working order. Nick, too, had challenges with the COVID pandemic and had to work remotely at times, but he still continued to adjust his schedule to come in and support this academy. Nick's dream is to be a San Jose firefighter, and I hope someday to see you right down here too, Nick. Good job. Thank you for supporting these recruits. Well done. Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask firefighter, paramedic, recruit liaison, Alex Haferbaker to stand up. We've had quite a journey, Alex. I want to tell you about this. When I first made captain, I was working at Station 2. And one morning, it was announced to us that we had a ride-along coming. And normally when you get a ride-along, you get the curse of the ride-along. And what that means is normally you don't get calls until after they leave. So we're like, oh, great, a ride-along. And Alex came in, introduced himself. I don't think we were there but 5 minutes, and it was off to the races. I can honestly say this was the best ride-along I've ever had in my 30-year career in the fire service. Right out the get-go, we had a hanging. Right after that, as we cleared that call, we went to a rescue response where we dismantled all of the doors by ourselves with the tools, and we were able to cancel the truck and transport them out. During that shift, we also ran 2 working structure fires, including a multiple alarm structure fire that we were first in Station 21's area. Throughout that shift, Alex assimilated into the culture of the fire service very easily. He was eager to help. He jumped up. He managed his time helping us prepare meals, cleaning, cooking around the fire station. And I saw great potential in this individual. And I knew that we needed this individual as part of our organization. I was able to connect with Alex, give him my number to encourage him along his way in his pursuits of his career. Alex kept in contact with me, and he gave me updates periodically as he got his EMT completed, as he got a job at Raging Waters, as he got a job at Great America, when he went to paramedic school. And he even announced to me when he was going through his interview process with San Jose. We had several mock interviews, and then he let me know that he was going to be a San Jose firefighter. Little did Alex know I would be his training captain. Man, you should have seen his face the day he walked in. That was where it began. We began to really forge our relationship. Alex did great as an academy recruit, and he quickly achieved status as a well-respected firefighter within this organization. He did his probation very well, and he bid a very, very busy engine company. He went right back to Station 2 where our adventure all began. The responsibility and what we ask out of our liaison is great. It is one of the most difficult positions to be in. I can honestly say that, Alex, you have risen to the challenge of this academy as a liaison. We put a lot of work on you, and we asked a lot of you. There were numerous challenges that you rose up to, and you did it, Alex, with a smile on your face. You were dedicated, you were passionate, and you were the best example that these recruits and soon-to-be firefighters could have of what it means to be a San Jose firefighter. Great job, Alex. Job well done. Thank you. Love you, brother. In conclusion, Chief Gervasoni, I'd like to acknowledge that what you've asked us to do has been done. We have created the best San Jose Fire Academy that could possibly happen here on these drill grounds. I'll go ahead and turn this over to Captain Matcham. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Deal. Appreciate everything you've done and the Academy staff have done for this Academy. I'm going to try to keep this short for you, Class 2001. Again, this has been my second Academy. I feel this one is very personable to me because in 2001, September 11th, 9/11, the two towers came down. 5 days later, I was sitting in the front classroom, starting a new job here with San Jose Fire Department. And I feel this is very touching to me in that I wanted to be here. I had the drive, motivation to start this job. I had the passion to be here for this job because the the world, United States, our community needed our service. Class 2001, you came in the same instance, in that we had a worldwide pandemic. The entire country was being shut down. I drove in on my first day of work, airlines on the ground, not being able to fly. You drove in on your first day on the job with the world shut down. With that, you had a very challenging task ahead of you, much more than I even had. But we share the same passion, commitment for this job and the community. You have done a very outstanding job, and I'm very proud to have been part of this academy. With that said, it is a tradition that recruit class chooses a class speaker. Recruit class 2001 has chosen firefighter recruit, that was your father, Nicholas Gall, to speak in the class's honor. Recruit Gall, please come up.
I cannot wait to not be called recruit anymore. Oh man. On behalf of Class 2001, I would like to thank you all for joining us today to celebrate this important moment. Today represents the final step in what, for most of us, was a years-long journey toward a dream. Applications, tests, interviews, more applications, more tests, more interviews, all leading to a grueling 20-week academy. All of this to follow the dream of fighting fire and serving a community as part of the greatest fire department in the world. Isn't that right, Captain Lee? Over these past 20 weeks, the world has changed. I know I don't have to explain any of it as I'm giving the speech into a camera so that our families can listen and see their recruits earn their badge and their helmets, and as we spray down our microphones with Lysol. Even before our first day, Class 2001 was told that this academy is unlike any other in the history of the San Jose Fire Department. Plans changed and changed again on a daily basis. Events were shortened, moved, and then canceled. We all held our breath. None of us were even sure if we were going to have an academy until we walked onto these drill grounds on day one. And even then, there was still some uncertainty that it would continue. With that came mass temperature checks, keeping 6 feet apart. We couldn't even eat lunch together in case one of us was sick. It would shut the entire academy down, and we would all go home. It took most of us a week or two to even put faces to names because all we could see was 2 eyes and a mask. Despite the problems of this new world, the challenges we face here in these uncertain times, Class 2001 came together as a tight-knit family. I look out and I see my brothers and sisters, firefighters that I can rely on and count on and trust for the next 30 years of our career. I'm proud to be here with each and every one of you today. But we wouldn't have this day without our cadre. Lightning had to strike 2, maybe 3 times for us to have the training cadre that we had. An impossible combination of assignments, injuries, and volunteers brought us the team and the cadre that taught us everything we know. Our director, Chief Gervasoni, gave us a green light for all of our out-of-the-box training exercises, things that haven't been done in years, things that have never been done before in this department. He was able to watch his recruits out his windows grow from day one to where we are now. Chief, I hope we didn't interrupt you with any of our cadences or ladder commands, but thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Chief. Our coordinator, Captain Matcham, had to use every tool in his tool belt that he learned from his last academy to run this as smoothly as possible. He was behind the scenes even before we started, making sure we got to this day. And he still made time to be out on the drill grounds, imparting his wisdom training us, and enjoying our live fire burns. Thank you, Captain Matcham. Our EMS coordinator, Captain Deal. The smiling face that greeted us every day as we rolled in to get our temperatures checked. Captain Deal brought us under his wing and mentored us throughout the course of this academy. He took the time to design his EMS program to our needs to make sure that we were ready to serve this community as soon as we hit the line. And he threw his fair share of curveballs at us too. Thank you, Captain Deal. Drill instructor, Captain Lee. He broke us down and built us up in equal measure on the drill ground. He stood with the rest of the cadre and fought for what we needed to be successful in this academy. He demanded perfection and motivated us to strive for it ourselves. He taught us to come together as a unit and never miss an opportunity to lift us up. Thank you for everything, Captain Lee. Assistant Coordinator, Captain Demers. Always prowling the drill grounds, ready to pounce. He constantly pushed boundaries for the sake of our training and education. From off-site drills around downtown San Jose to orchestrating over 20 live fire exercises for us on these grounds, including the first night drill we've had in almost 2 decades. All the while telling us to trust the process, and we did. Thank you, Captain Demers. The other staff who was assigned to us for shorter amounts of time, unfortunately. Our engineers, Engineer Gonzalez, Engineer Tong, Engineer DeLay, and Firefighter Paramedic Ramirez. All were ready to get their hands dirty from day one. They drilled us nonstop, some days straight into the ground. But we have all of them to thank for our ability to perform tasks and EMS skills upside down, backwards, in the snow, with one arm tied behind our back. And anytime any of them spoke to us, they imparted nothing but wisdom, even when it came in the form of yelling. Thank you, engineers. Thank you, firefighter, paramedic. And our liaison, Firefighter Haferbecker, going above and beyond every single day to fill our needs, keep us out of trouble, and do whatever he could to help us be successful here and make it to this day. He set an example of what a firefighter in the San Jose Fire Department looks like and helped us reach our potential. Thank you, Firefighter Haferbecker. Over these 5 months, we've made every mistake in the book and got in trouble for them every single time. Our lines were crooked. We may or may not have lost several pieces of equipment. We may have even gotten in trouble for some of us standing at attention with our mouths open. In fact, I don't think I can count how many times I ran up and down that tower, but I know it was enough times to tell you that there are 96 steps from the ground floor to the top. But we weren't reprimanded or made to run towers for nothing. We were being molded into professional firefighters for the San Jose Fire Department. Every lesson we were taught drove home important concepts: attention to detail, situational awareness, the importance of coming together, brotherhood and sisterhood, and countless more. Every lesson we learned shaped us, sharpened us, and is something that the cadre would be proud to present to the rest of the department and to the city of San Jose. Thank you to our cadre, to all the instructors who came down to the drill grounds to teach and train us. You have made us second to none. I know 2001 will make you proud. Finally, I would like to thank the most important factor in our success, our families. We started this academy without an orientation. There was no chance for our loved ones to come down, meet the other recruits, meet the rest of the recruit families, and meet the staff. They didn't get a chance to hear about expectations, what would be happening with us, what to expect at home. They didn't know that they would have to listen to us gripe about how tired we were, or tolerate how bad we smelled every day when we came home, or all the late nights we stayed up studying and stressing about tests and skills. Our families have supported us while we chased our dreams. To 2001. Today's the first day we wear these shirts with patches on our shoulders. Today will be the first day we have a badge on our chest. And the first day we hold a black helmet with our name on it. We have all worked hard to earn a position in this academy. We've worked even harder these last 20 weeks to be here today. But this is only the beginning. It's only the first step in a long and fulfilling career of service, learning, and hard work. I'm proud of each and every one of you, and it's an honor to be here today with all of you. Congratulations, class 2001. I would like to bring Captain Matcham up again to speak to the class.
And one more time, thank you, Recruit Gall. All right, at this time, we'll present the badges to our new San Jose firefighters. At this time, I would like to invite up Fire Chief Robert Sapian, Captain Dimmers, and Captain Deal to assist with the badge pinning and helmet presentation. First row, would you stand up, please? Okay, I'd like to introduce Firefighter Tyler Anderson. Firefighter Charleston Aquino. Firefighter Shane Silk. Firefighter Tyler Nadell. Firefighter Matthew Foster. Second row, you may stand. Firefighter Nicholas Gall. Firefighter David Hartzell. Firefighter Dominic Horath. Firefighter Kevin Wynn. Firefighter Carly Lucas. Firefighter Charles Mackey. Firefighter Gavin Mengus. Firefighter Moran Mengus. Oh, I'm sorry. Merrick. Moran Merrick. My apologies. Firefighter Christian Morris. Firefighter Joseph Ojeda. Firefighter Brian Parisi. He's been waiting a very long time to hear that. Firefighter Joshua Puerta. Firefighter Hillary Shear. Firefighter Luz Tejeda. And Firefighter Miguel Villafana. And at this time, I would like to introduce the city manager to present the oath of office.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. Just want to congratulate the chief and the command staff, the training staff, Local 230, all of you for the amazing job that you've done with getting these firefighters to this point. Couldn't be any more proud of all of you. Just a phenomenal job. I first took this oath 34 years ago. I was 22 years old, and I can tell you when I took it, I'm not sure I really knew what it meant. I certainly didn't really foresee some of the challenges and how demanding this work can be, public service. I honestly can tell you, rewarding in somebody's, and that our citizens here in San Jose, they are counting on us, they're counting on you, and I can tell you, as a city, we don't let them down. We are here to support them, and as the mayor said, typically in their most dire moments. So I'm so thankful for all of you for taking this on. You're coming into just an amazing department in an amazing city, so thank you. So let's get to the oath. I know you've been waiting for a long time. All right, could you all please stand? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Tyler Anderson.
Charles Aquino. Jane Silt. Tyler Nadell.
Matthew Foster.
Nicholas Gall.
David Hartzell.
Dominic Horath.
Kevin Hoyt.
Carly Lucas.
Charles Mackey.
Gavin Mengen.
Midon Merrick.
Christian Morris.
Joseph Ojeda.
Brian Parisi. Joshua Puerta.
Hillary Shear. Luz Tejeda.
Mike Biafana.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
The duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, and family up there on the bridge, I would like to formally introduce you to San Jose's newest firefighters, Class 2001. Congratulations. Following the ceremony, would like to ask you to congratulate the firefighters. It has traditionally been an honor and privilege for the recruit liaison to give a final dismissal of the academy class. I would like to call forward Firefighter Alex Hafenbecker.
San Jose Fire Recruit Class 2001, you are dismissed.
2001, second to none.
to go. That's 1 minute.
Keep our hands up, tools in our hands.
Go. 114 there. no in between. I want you to. Let's go! Last through! Push it hard! One of them is the second run! Let's go like you mean it! One air week. One air week. Going 50. One air week and then keep pushing. 45 on your knee attack. Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. That's 1 minute.
Our hands up, tools in our hands.
Go. 114. 114 there. run! Let's go like you mean it! One air week. One air week. We're going 50. One air week and then keep pushing. Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. That's 130.
Your hands up. Tools in our hands.
Go. 114. 114 there. One air week. One air week. Air week and then keep pushing. Don't waste my air. Do not waste my air. 47. Let's go. Last 1 minute.
Our hands up, tools in our hands.
Yeah. 114. 114 there. out of here, you don't. There's no push it hard. There. You either got it here or you don't. There is no in between. I want you to. Let's go! Last through! Push it hard! One of them, it's a second run! Let's go like you mean it! One air leak. One air leak. We're going 50.